Welcome to a story that transcends borders, cultures, and expectations. In the heart of Paris, amidst the timeless beauty of the Eiffel Tower, Feza, a young Congolese woman, embarks on an unforgettable journey. What begins as a simple train ride soon turns into a fateful encounter with Alain, a mysterious traveler with a past woven into the rhythms of the world. Their connection is instant, their story unexpected. Love, adventure, and destiny collide in the unexpected path. A love story beyond borders. Stay tuned as we take you on an emotional journey through Paris, music, and a love that defies distance. In the heart of Paris, amidst the bustling crowds and the iconic silhouette of the Eiffel Tower standing tall in the distance, a young black African woman named Feza found herself on a journey she had long awaited. She had traveled all the way from the Democratic Republic of Congo, eager to reunite with her family after years of being apart. As she stepped onto the metro, the rhythmic sound of the train against the tracks seemed to match the beat of her excited heart. The city, alive with its own melody of conversations, footsteps, and distant street musicians, welcomed her in a symphony of unfamiliar yet exhilarating sounds. She adjusted the strap of her bag and looked around the carriage, taking in the diversity of the passengers, some lost in their thoughts, others engaged in quiet conversations, and a few tourists clutching their maps, their eyes wide with curiosity. As Feza settled into her seat, her gaze was drawn to a tall white European man standing near the door. His presence was striking, tall, with a composed yet approachable demeanor. His dreadlocks, though now cropped short, held traces of a past identity, one that still lingered in his deep blue eyes. He caught Feza's gaze and, with an easy confidence, approached her. "Your braids are amazing," he said, his voice warm yet inquisitive. "I've always admired that style." Startled by his directness but intrigued by his energy, Feza smiled. "Thank you," she replied, tucking a stray braid behind her ear. "I love dreadlocks too. They carry so much history and culture. Did you ever have them?" The man chuckled, a nostalgic glimmer in his eyes. "I did. For a long time, they were part of my identity. I used to be a surfer back in the day, and they were my signature look. But life changed, and so did my hair." His voice carried a hint of wistfulness, as though recalling waves he had once conquered and places he had once called home. Feza was intrigued. "A surfer in Paris?" she asked playfully. "That's not something you hear every day." He laughed, shaking his head. "No, I wasn't always here. I've traveled a lot." "Oh, I'm Alain, by the way." "Feza," she introduced herself, shaking his hand. As the train rattled along its path, their conversation deepened. When Feza shared that she was from the Congo, Alain's eyes flickered with recognition. "You know," he began, leaning slightly closer, "the infantry where I served was the same one my country sent to the Congo during the rebellion. I wasn't born yet, but the stories, the history, I grew up hearing about them. Some of my mentors were there, and they told me about the resilience of the Congolese people, about how they found hope even in the darkest times." Feza listened intently, her heart swelling with both pride and curiosity. She had heard stories of those times from her elders, but hearing it from someone outside her homeland gave her a new perspective. "That's incredible," she murmured. "It's strange, isn't it? How history can connect people in ways we never expect." Alain nodded. "It is. That's what I love about meeting new people. Every encounter is a doorway to a new story. Speaking of stories, are you into music? Feza's face lit up. I love music. Congolese rumba, Afrobeat, even a bit of jazz. What about you? A mischievous grin spread across Alain's face as he pulled out his phone. Then you're going to love this. With a few taps, he opened a music streaming app on Facebook. This app has some of the best playlists. You can discover artists from all over the world. Let me show you some of my favorites. Curious, Feza leaned in, their shoulders nearly touching as they scrolled through the vibrant album covers and unfamiliar names. The train ride stretched on, but they were too engrossed to notice. They exchanged song recommendations, sharing childhood memories attached to certain tunes, laughing at each other's guilty pleasures, and bonding over the universal language of rhythm and melody. The more they talked, the more Feza realized how seamlessly Alain's presence fit into the moment, as if he had always been meant to be part of her Parisian adventure. By the time they reached Feza's stop, she realized she had completely lost track of time. She was supposed to have called her family upon arrival, but now she had missed her ride. With a sigh, she turned to Alain. Well, this has been amazing, but now I have no way to get home. Alain glanced at the station map, then back at her. Where are you headed? She gave him the address, and he considered it for a moment. You know what? I have my car parked near the next stop. I can drive you. Feza hesitated for a second, but something about Alain felt safe. He wasn't just some stranger. He was someone who had, in the span of a single train ride, made her feel connected in a foreign city. All right, she said, smiling. I'd appreciate that. As they drove through the city, the conversation flowed effortlessly. Feza spoke about her dreams of becoming a fashion designer, of creating clothes that merged traditional Congolese patterns with modern styles. Alain listened, genuinely interested, nodding as he took in her passion. In return, he shared his own dreams of traveling the world, of immersing himself in different cultures, of using music to bring people together. By the time they pulled up in front of her family's house, Feza felt a pang of sadness. Their time together had been brief, but it had been meaningful. Thank you for the ride, she said, hesitating before stepping out of the car. And for the conversation. Alain smiled. Anytime. This city is full of stories. We just happened to write one today. The next morning, Feza woke up to a message on her phone. It was from Alain. *Hey, there's a music festival happening this weekend. Thought you might want to check it out. Let me know. A slow smile spread across Feza's lips. She had come to Paris to reunite with family, but life, as always, had a way of weaving unexpected connections. With a quick reply, she confirmed her attendance, already looking forward to the next chapter of this unfolding story. Love can find us in the most unexpected places. Sometimes, on a train ride through Paris, sometimes in the rhythm of a drum, and sometimes in the heartbeat of a city that never sleeps. Feza and Alain's story is just beginning. Will their love survive the distance? What new adventures await them? Stay tuned for the next chapter of The Unexpected Path, a love story beyond borders. If you enjoy this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more immersive storytelling. Let us know in the comments. Have you ever had an unexpected encounter that changed your life?